Hello and welcome to the DM's Book Club, a weekly book club podcast where we talk about Dungeons & Dragons, sort of, and discuss what we'd like to improve or include about them in our role-playing campaigns. With me, back again, third time's the charm, is the wonderful, amazing, the exuberant co-host Hamilton. Hello, Hamilton. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh, you're taking on from the bastards, I see, with your multifacetous forms of flattery.
Yes, meanings, yes.
That's again, multifacetous meanings. That's
well, now I always just feel guilty about like foremost, or I feel like that's apparently was a bad thing, and then it wasn't a bad thing. I was like, you know what, I'm just trying to change it up every time. But
it was the erstwhile that we were. That was the one that we were like kind of like on, because it was like basically an old person. But no, it's glad to be back. We were back last week. Like, what am I on about? It's nice to be back in the chair.
We feel like it's because we only ever really see each other like once a week. Although we've had a couple of times where we've seen each other a bit more due to other recordings and stuff, which has been nice. But what have you been up to in the world of Hamilton?
I've just been writing the Kickstarter book. Has been the majority of my time, to be honest. So I'm just in that world, working. Yeah, it's like I was talking to Will the other day, who's doing the Forbidden Psalm bit, was just saying like, I feel like that frog who's doing the 50% jump every time, I'm near the end, but there's always like another little jump I need to make. So I've got the last bit of this. I'm on the last bit of everything. So I've got like the last couple of classes that just need finishing off. I've got the last realm that needs finishing off, a couple of city bits of lore to finish off. So it's just the final touches of everything that needs to happen before it goes to the sort of like checking phase. So nearly there, like nearly there. I feel I'm on target, which is the main thing. But that's been my my life. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, Fiona?
Me? So I'm not running any games for the rest of the summer, which is very nice. I love running games, as you know. I know, wow. I'm sure I'll be running games, by the way, just recorded games. So now I need to get into the editing mindset of stuff for this stuff. But then, obviously, planning more games, I'm having to look up and research slasher films for like the genre. And I'll be honest, Hamilton, I'm not a big slasher fan.
Oh yeah,
because I feel like genre, like obviously I love horror films, and I feel like there's got to be a purpose. It's like what's the evilest thing, or there's all these things. Slashers get to the point where it's just like it's very silly comedic stuff. Like I love the original Scream. I think it's really great.
It's great. Classic.
Like it's a classic. It's got all these twists and turns, and then like over the last couple of years, as I was sort of talking about it in our Discord, but people are like, oh well, it's silly. I feel like violence shouldn't be silly, like I feel shouldn't be comedic. They can have comedic moments, but it's supposed to be scary. And I don't know, I feel like it's people are like, oh, horror takes itself too seriously, so therefore we must do stuff. But then it maybe gets mixed in with the gore aspect as well, because I'm not a big fan of like lots of gore stuff either. But like I was doing this research, and it's interesting what is categorized as slasher films. So for example, technically the Final Destination films are slasher films because the main person that's doing other things is death itself, but you never see death. And I'm like, oh, that's quite cool. That's quite interesting. Like I think Megan, the new sort of that robot one, technically is a slasher. And it's like, oh, what is a slasher? What isn't? It's just interesting. But I'm trying to, for the game I have in mind, I don't want it to be a supernatural entity that's a slasher. I want it to be like a
physical thing.
A physical thing. Like, I don't know if you ever watched House of Wax, the remake with Paris Hilton.
No.
Let me tell you, I know it sounds rubbish. It's pretty decent. I will give you the brief plot summary of like, it's teenagers. Oh, it's the summer. Oh, who's going to get off with who? You always have this with bloody horror films. And then they stumble upon a town where there's no one there. But it's like perfect picturesque sort of town. But they find all these like wax models, very Madame Tussauds-esque, right? And there's this big building at the top. There's this house of wax, and the whole house itself is made of wax. And of course, Hamilton, the big reveal or twist, which I'm going to tell you now, is that they're not wax people; they're people encased in wax.
Yeah, I imagine that was that. Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah.
But it's pretty good. And Paris Hilton isn't too bad, isn't it? I got
Oh my gosh, go Paris Hilton.
I don't go Paris Hilton. Yeah.
In the day, I used to watch, what was that show she did with
A Simple Life?
Lionel Richie? Yeah.
Lionel Richie?
Lionel Richie's daughter. What's her name? It's Lionel Richie's daughter, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I never watched it, so
you never watched it. Oh my gosh!
I was never a reality TV show person. Hang on, I'll look it up.
Lionel Richie,
Simple Life, right?
Daughter Nicole Richie. Yeah, Nicole Richie.
Nicole Richie. Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Simple Life.
I just love the idea that it's Lionel Richie and then.
What was her other show she used to do? She did her she used to go to
A Simple Life depicts two wealthy socialites as they struggle to do menial, low-paying jobs such as cleaning rooms, farm work, serving fast food.
I used to. That was massive back in the day.
Working as camp counselors. Yeah, 4 years. Oh, but
2003 to 2007.
There was a falling out between them, though.
Oh, of course there was. Yeah, it was massive, right?
Dear.
Yeah. She's also making the cut. I love that show. I do really enjoy that show. It's a terrible show, but it's a great show at the same time.
Oh, funny. Speaking of unmentionable horrors, such as cleaning rooms and serving meals in fast food restaurants, what are we doing today, Hamilton? What are we leading ourselves back into?
What are we doing today? We are back in the realms of the Borg, of the Morks. We were doing the Omen of the Blood God. We've been running through a scenario I made, which was more like a solo or one-on-one sort of part of my campaign Kickstarter I did last year. So it's the second of the two sort of ventures you can run. And we're following what's the word I'm looking for? Not machinations, because it's not the word. It's like the adventures. Let's go with that. We're following the adventures of your character, which I've forgotten their name because I didn't.
Argylval.
Argylval. That was it. Argylval. As they make their way through the desolate ruins of Norstead, a once arcane city of wonders and majesty that is now fallen to ruin since their hubris led them to a catastrophe that wrecked their city. And you find yourselves there after heading to the city in the knowledge of an artifact. You required the heart of a lich, which you knew would be hidden within a tower somewhere amongst the city. And you approached the city. You found some guards last week, which you had a nice little chat with.
Yeah.
And they led you up to meet Baal, who was the leader of their brigands, their band of warriors who seem to run and maintain and control the city, seeking out the treasures that remain. And in exchange for a tincture that you created or crafted through great expense to yourself and your soul, possibly, basically like a wish spell in a bottle, you gifted them in exchange for the knowledge of where this lich may exist, since that is a piece of information or evidence you were lacking, and also to find passage through the city without coming into contact with Bar would be pretty difficult anyway, so it was a wise choice.
I thought so. Good business, considering I'm not very dexterous or strong. Yeah. I'm going to lay on the charm, butter,
Exactly. Use the charm and the gifts that you have with your magical abilities to get yourselves where you need to get to, which is what you've done. They told you the tower was known as Tor Kai. It's since she was both concerned that you may be one of the cultists, the blood cultists that she has had issues with in the past, and also to make sure that any treasures that were of particular value that once you got inside, because she's never really attempted to get into the vault before. It's a bit too difficult for her, and it's not been on her plans. You've just come up and said, I'll do it for you, sort of thing. So she's like, well, maybe send a couple of her own brigands, one named Dave and a mysterious lady of no name, and two mechans, which are automatons, magical automatons, which are part and parcel of this land. They seem to be, they're sort of a remnant of this once golden age that have been, a couple of which have been reconnected into use, which you noted that there was a stone. That this is one of the key things you did, because you went into the tower, you had a little fight with a Crimson Knight, you took some of its blood, which I had to note, and something will happen.
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. Look, waste not, want not.
Exactly.
I'm a businesswoman, And so therefore, I'm there realistically under my breath at any point. I'm going content. That's what's happening.
And so you've done that. You blood, and you've taken your blood, and then you ran upstairs to an armory, which was made so much sense because I made it an armory anyway before you rolled for it, which is lucky. And you then encountered, whilst donning yourself some armor, realizing that possibly your strength and your agility is not as hardy as possibly this tribulation may require. You donned some armor, uncovering some undead cultists who awoke. You battled them pretty well. To a point where their health was so low that they had to roll a morale check. And at the time, and you also, in the meantime, whilst Dave had been stabbed, you ran into the inside of a mechan. You had a look at its inner core.
I took his.
And then you took his
thing, but he knows it. He knows I took it. So
he knows someone has taken it. That's all he knows. He that
who could it be?
Exactly. But you were an amorphous thing, so you were over fighting with something else. So to him, I don't know.
He's got bigger problems right now, like being stabbed.
Yeah,
so,
he's on one hit point, so he needs some medical attention.
Well, we'll see.
But yeah, you've killed one, and the other is just failed a morale check, and we sort of left it there.
Yeah,
really.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So Dave was standing in front of this cultist. You can see that the slash that he took on it brought its health down to a point where it starts to. You see, it's been held together by some sort of arcane relevance, some sort of inner turmoil that's probably released from its soul of this sort of, the deals it's made through its magical, arcane sort of hematurgy that it uses, that it realizes somehow that the magic sort of gives up. It's too heavily damaged. One of its arms is sort of falling off. It's not going to be able to do much more. So it then crumples just down into a bag of bones on the ground.
That's how I deal with my meetings as well. I'm forced, but I'm just
how I deal with being reminded of my age. But yeah, exactly. And you're left there standing in this armory with Dave, who looks really bad. It's like taking a gut hit, is sort of bleeding. As now, in this very short period of time that's occurred in any battle, the mysterious lady runs in with these two mechans that were outside.
I will come out of whatever that mechan is. I assume I think that invisibility thing I had, or the melting thing, I think it was only 2 rounds.
So you would just it would be a couple of seconds. So you would just and I'm assuming I will allow that you can click out of it when you need to.
I'm not going to run anywhere or anything like that because these people are quite smart. So I will also go in and try and help with Dave. And
you just hear him just oh my gosh.
Surprise. Oh no.
Oh, damn it. Oh, crap. Have you got any healing or anything? Anything you can do for this mage?
Great question. I think I do.
I gave you some tonics. You got some blood from the night.
Yeah, okay. But hang on.
I can craft some tonics.
I can craft some tonics.
So I said you could have D4. You got 3 + 1 on the D4, so you could create 4 tonics from it. So now you have you have time. You're not in any danger. You can roll your presence DR12 using the blood that you have to craft tonics, basically.
Yeah, I'm just checking the ones I have. I don't have any. I don't have the blood of the unicorn one, unfortunately.
But you could craft that one. That's what I mean. So you can craft any of those tonics. You just have to roll a DR12. I think it says toughness or presence. I can't remember which one it would be for that.
I assume presence for
crafting them anyway, and then that would be fine. And then you can gift it to them.
Yeah, I if I'm able to, I would like to try to craft the blood of the unicorn.
Got enough time now.
Yeah. And I'm just patience, and I sort of set out my little beakers and little Bunsen burner set and stuff.
The mysterious lady just kind of stands cross-armed, overlooking your endeavours and kind of watching what you're doing with interest.
Oh yeah,
and sort of may ask a question of oh, so you mix that with that? Interesting.
Yes. What? Not with these two, because but for this, for healing, yes. For poison.
Interesting. Oh.
I noticed that she's interested in me for the first time. So instantly I'm like, oh, she's noticed me. So I'll indulge the passion. And also I feel like, someone's interested. Yeah. That's my flaw, is I feel like, someone's desperately interested. So it is, it's not a D12. So I roll a D20 and it's D12 for the
Yeah,
presence
12. You have
check?
to go over 12 with your
Presence.
yeah.
Okay.
It's plus.
Just a
good.
+2. It's +2. It's not, everything else is a -2. So total, that's a 5.
Okay, so you try and cast them together, and she's obviously distracted you enough that
Oh no.
you pick up the wrong liquid. You're like,
No.
yeah, this one. Oh,
Oh, bugger.
yeah, and then it goes and breaks one of the beakers, and it smashes on the floor in front of you.
Sorry, distracted. Yeah. It's not every day we fight a huge mechan creature and then some cultists. It might take me some time to get some more ingredients. But as long as we can patch him up, I'm sure he'll be okay for now. But I will work on it again.
So she will take out a something. So she let you do what you could do. Give me a second. I've got the equipment.
Yeah,
list
now
here.
I'm embarrassed in front of my new friend who I want to impress.
Pulls out the medicine box that she has on her, and she heals. Oh, pretty decent. Takes him right back up to full health with a full 6 on a d6. So there you go. And yeah, so Dave's got hasn't got all that health. He's got only 5 HP, but it takes him all the way to full.
Feels better, yeah.
So she then gets this out, does it, kind of looks at you a little bit with the sort of like quality that she does, which is so much better. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's actual physical hands rather than tinctures and stuff. Good job. Little clap.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks, guy. Oh, thanks. Thanks, sir. That's great. All right. Should we keep going? I think I can get up now."
Are you sure? Again, maybe we shall. I appreciate that was kind of one on me, bad one for heading into the armory without checking because I just assumed, quite naively, that it would not be guarded. So maybe a more precautionary thing, and I'm on me. That one.
Maybe we send these two in front.
Good idea. Oh, and I will go into my pockets and I will pull
and
out.
That's when he goes to his pockets. Then you go, "Thank you."
Sorry, admittedly I was going to. You were sort of busy, so I was hoping to give it to your friend to then again send them in because from what you showed before was that I was going to give it back. I appreciate it in the moment. It did not seem it, but I just thought I could quickly take. I'm not much of a fighter. I'm more of a side character.
Yeah. Roll me a presence check, because I
okay.
think you're telling lies there, Fiona.
Oh, thank goodness, that's a 16.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You don't have to trust me. I appreciate it. I'm a bit of a weird one. Why would I? I wouldn't even trust myself. So, but
I will still continue to. Yeah. Trust me, I'm not going to trust you, but
we'll trust.
Thank you for
not to trust each other.
Yeah, let's stick with that.
Sounds good.
But anyway, that's very kind of you to give it back. That shows something towards me gaining my trust, I guess.
Good. Oh, you scratch my back, I'll give your keys back.
He ponders it and just walks away, and then just walks off. It's like, how does that work? And then he goes to tap the mechans and goes, "All right, you two, up ahead for the next lot." Yes, Dave.
Okay,
of course.
Dave. Yeah.
Okay, Dave. Anyone's catching the reference yet? We'll pick it up.
Dave. Yeah.
Okay, Dave.
Okay, Dave.
They take their way up to the next floor, basically, unless there's anything else you want to do in this armory before you go up.
I guess if there's a bag of bones, like these were skeletal.
They're just like, skeletons in a cloak, basically.
That was it. Yeah. I think I'm not gonna roll them for any I assume they have no items or anything.
You can have a look about.
I just want to have a look about. I guess if there's anything that can give me information about this tower is what I'm looking for. Is it like an insignia or anything like that? Is what I'm thinking.
This is the things that give me a roll of. It is. I've got this on one of the things. If you want to do this,
yes,
just
please.
need to find the right room. it's either presence or it's. I don't think it would be. It's definitely presence. That's what it would be.
Yeah, I think yes, it feels like it. So another +2. Sorry, I am milking this +2 for as much as I can.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, that's another 5, so I don't find out anything. So
no, you have a look around and you search amongst their person, and all you find is literally there's a crumpled bit of scroll which looked like it probably was an arcane scroll, but it's so it turned to dust and like is unusable. Half the text is unwritten, so you couldn't turn it into anything beyond that.
That's fine. I just clock these red cloaks and stuff, and just try and make again. If I see something similar later on, I'll be like, let's go to that. That's all. I know we've got precious little time, but then I will follow this out, and we'll continue up if up is the way.
Up is the way. So roll me another D12.
Oh, my favorite. Oh, that's an 11.
An 11. Ooh, I like this one. You hardly ever get this. So you go up the stairs and you've moved out from the armory, and the way that the tower seems to work is on the back end of it. So you had to go through. Is that there's stairs that always go forward, and then 2 go back, and then they meet on a landing. Then they go forward. Then 2 go back. Nice. And that's how it works. And then all the rooms are on the side that you've entered in on.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I like that.
And so then when you come into this one, you realise, so you see a lot of the walls are just broken and empty plaster, and it's still in that sort of like hodgepodge cottage sort of style that we had. And through it, you see a great amount of light coming through, even though it's still, it's a night sky. The moonlight is blaring through, and you see sort of vines and sort of like twisted natural, shapes and forms through it, coming from inside this space.
Oh, interesting. There's a moment where my foot almost goes across the threshold, and I go, and I then look to Dave, and I'm like, mechs first?
Sure, guys. In you go. Okay, Dave.
Okay, Dave.
And okay, Dave. If we must. And then
I don't want to go.
They just
paper, scissors, shoot. Try.
Exactly. Can you roll me another D12, please?
I will. Does the one that I went into awkwardly, do they seem to be acting any different? Because I know we described what was inside them. Like, did it? No, I just wondered if that okay, Dave, was a bit more of a sassy thing. Because I've
gained some of your sass.
Yeah, the sort of corruption element. Yeah,
we'll make that canon. We'll make that canon. You added some of your essence of sass into it.
I go, oops, under my voice. All right, a D12. There's another 12.
Another 12? Well, you've already done a 12, so can you roll me again? You've already done a 12 and 11, so you've got to re-roll 11.
Thank God, because those were quite scary last time. All right, I'm going to use a different dice. That was another 12, which normally...
I think you got weighted dice.
That was normally exciting, because I love D12s.
Yeah. Keep that one for when you need it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make a note of that. All right, I'm using it... So, all right. That is a 7.
A 7. Ooh, okay. I now need you to make another roll for me, which is a D8, please.
Ooh. You did this deliberately. I love rolling random dice that mean nothing. 2.
A 2. Okay. Oh, this actually works really well, Fiona. This is good. Mm-hmm. So in they walk, and you notice that beyond, it fits so well for the space it is it opens up into the bell room, right? So it's a massive, huge glass-fronted encircling this tower frontage. It's kind of crooked a little bit in that sort of hodgepodge way, but it's a huge greenhouse. It's a wonderful like level of greenhouse that sort of juts out from the frontage of it, so that you get this like bay window of glass. And inside there's all these wonderful flora, but they're all drenched in blood red crimson, sort of green and browns. It's like deep hues of crimson and vermilion and all these sorts of colors that sort of like that sort of fill the room. But amongst it, you notice, and it's quite obvious, is there's these little pink veins of energy that flow through it into different spaces. Now, as a magician or a mage of some considerable power, could you roll me a DR12 presence check?
Yeah, absolutely.
I will roll it also for the others. That is a fail for Dave. That is a success for the mysterious lady, and the Meccans are not affected by it.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, mysterious lady might be the new protagonist, because I got an 11, so that is a failure.
Okay, so both you and Dave, but you say how you feel at the moment.
Yes.
You sense an unquenchable thirst for power in this room
No.
being delivered to you. There is something in here that you can just sense is like you're home to tonics, you're home to the alchemical traditions, and you can feel that within this glass house is something potent, pure potent, that you must have it. And you realize that Dave
Oh,
is
no.
going to get it before you because he's in front of you, and you are not happy about that. And he is going rushing into the room as you rush into the room.
Oh, no. Okay.
The mysterious lady is aware that she has sort of succumbed to this thing and notices you running in. And I'm going to just give her a roll to
Yeah.
see if she is aware of this.
Come on,
Because this is
mysterious
quite a
lady.
common thing.
Come on, mysterious lady.
She has never encountered this before, so she has no idea why the two of you have gone running into this room, searching, following these pink veins, and you're sort of, and you see when you get in, Dave's like going, just following the line of it to its core, which seems to be nestled in like where all these vines wrap around. They're sort of circling around something, and they still seem to be alive. Like they're still living, these flowers.
Oh, no.
And in the middle, you can see once you follow the pink hues, you can see this aura of like this pink color coming from inside.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So my current motivation is that I need this thing. Dave's going to get there before me. We hate Dave now. So I think just because I know I'm not strong. I'm not.
Well, your focus is much. You hate that Dave's getting there first, but what you want more than anything is not to kill Dave. What is inside that pink aura.
Okay. In that case, and that makes it easier. Then I'm going to go up as quick as I can to the aura, and then I am.
Roll me then an agility check. We'll do a cross agility check. So if you're saying I'm not going to go for tackling him, I'm going to go straight for it. We'll roll to see who gets there first.
Yeah, I feel that's the more stronger urge. So yeah, okay.
I have rolled a natural 1.
Whoa, nice.
So you don't have to roll much higher than that unless you get a natural 1.
So, but agility checks because I've got my armor now, right? That's the thing.
So you have to. It's a plus. Yeah. So I mean, you just the thing is, it's not. You just have to -4, then -6 from your roll. So -6 to your roll. Because well, instead of making the DR, because it's a contested one, I'm just going to say you've got to add. You got a -4.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, so I rolled a 17 then, and therefore -6
makes it
is 11.
So you still, in this clanking armor, Dave, obviously with a -1, rushes into the room, and in his like excitement for this thing, trips over one of these vines on the floor.
Yeah,
it's such an obvious one.
That's what I was going to do. Yeah.
You barge past the Meccans who are in there. Actually, I'm going to give the Meccans a roll. They would, and I'm going to give them advantage because they would know, and they've both got it. They know what's going on. So I'm actually going to say the first one stops Dave, pushes him into the wall, bang, like this, right, and holds him first. The second one, not seeing you, because I'm going to roll their agility. Okay, they get 6.
Yep.
+2 would not be enough. Yep. So they put their hand out to try and stop you. You barge past them, clung, 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 like Iron Man style, like running straight to it. And put your hand out, and Fiona, the energy rushes through your whole body. You now have access to all arcane spells that you can think of now.
What?
Yeah, right. And an energy is in front of you. I need you to make me,
my Lord.
right?
Okay.
You need to cast one random spell immediately, right? Immediately. Okay. I need you to roll randomly on the arcane table.
Oh,
so that
God.
is a D20, because we're going to do both clean and unclean.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I rolled a couple from before. And I definitely don't want that first one, which is like the palms open at the southern gate where there's a fireball. But maybe I'll get one of the bestial speeches ones. I don't know. All right, so a D20. I'm going to roll the first one. That is a straight 10.
Right.
You know what? You know what? I'm glad that it was me and not Dave, because Dave would have 10 on a D20.
That is death.
Okay, now when you say death, what do you mean death? Do you mean like lol? You've fallen down and you're just unconscious for a bit, or
no? It means all creatures in 30 feet lose a total of 4d10 HP.
No,
No jokes. But you need
Including
first,
myself? Including
you
myself?
need first to be able to roll a presence check to see if it goes off.
Well, I've been very good at presence checks, Hamilton. Okay.
But now, because of this power running through you, get to roll with advantage.
So I roll with advantage? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Stupid bloody thing. Okay. So no joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've rolled the same number.
Yeah.
6 on both dice. So an 8 total, so that's a failure.
Fail it.
That is wild.
Fucking wild.
Okay, great. It didn't go off though, but I assume
That
that's
is
still bad for
lucky.
me. That is, I was gonna say that's pretty lucky.
Because now any failure will give you an arcane catastrophe, which is finding the page. Here we go. Another d20.
Okay. It's just a 16.
Oh no. The power works, but fate or a demonic force perverts its effects to precise disadvantage.
Doesn't sound great.
I need you to roll me 4d10.
No! Just stop doing that. Okay, 40-10. Hamilton. So I got a 9, an 8, a 6, and a 4. So that is a lot. So that's 10, 19, 27.
What happens immediately is all this energy, all this pink hue aura just erupts from outside of you. It lands out into the room as a shockwave and eviscerates everyone that was there with you immediately.
No!
Yeah, they
Not
are.
Mysterious Lady, not Dave.
Yeah, every single
the
one.
legs. Christ. Yeah, you just see me go, oops.
That is incredible. I think the thing that you would have had in this moment is like it's an this power of this pink orb, like glowing center to this vine that had encapsulated this whole sort of glass room. It was like a glass-fronted bell room, but filled like orangery, and he'd been sort of overcome and like within a sort of like fugue state of. Not quite. It's all happening really quickly. You've knocked Dave out the way. You've gone there. You've done it. You felt this surge of magical energy through you, and then you've unleashed it in the most potent form of magic there is in the game of death, and literally everything around you. Maybe you can describe like how you see. Like from your point of view, as a maybe like not to push you too far, but as a blood hematurgist, how would your death, how would your like ultimate magical form of killing every MF in the room, no consequences, to quote Jackie Brown, how would that be?
So I'm there. I cast the spell. I can feel that magic. The ladies in the room as well, I'm guessing, and the mechs.
They were just at the edge of the room. And they will all have been caught in this. This room is just enough that you would have caught everyone there. Because you would have touched it, run out, boom. Big explosion of magical energy.
Yeah, so I see them and I can see like the skin looking like it's going to crack as the blood is trying to push its way through, essentially. Yeah, so there's blood coming out of the ears, stuff like that. And then the skin almost like, I feel like almost like stop motion, like, you know, that film Jason and the Argonauts, that sort of play motion style. So there's like, they're like sort of like moving, like trying to stop it happening, and they're just falling apart, but the blood is still there in the shape of the humanoids, like, and then slowly but surely, like almost like the capillary system, you know, of and then slowly but surely they disintegrate and the blood just.
I love that it's like the skin like sloshes off, and all that's left is this like blood network and this heart pumping that then just goes.
The bones have already gone, and it's just like absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool. Great. So that happens. To the mechanical beasts, I would assume then it does like maybe you like it just flood them with blood then maybe or something, or I don't know.
I mean, I from your brief description of what happened before when I went inside one, there's obviously not a person, or it's just like a magical force there. So I wonder then again that maybe claymation motion, that sort of thing, where like the metal is like bending in all the different ways as like again what feels like maybe rust or something like that is trying to pierce through, and then it maybe crinkles up into like a little paper ball but metal ball, and then it's just on the ground and then just like fizzles out into like iron filings as their version of blood.
Oh yeah, maybe that's it. Like maybe that's how you like, because you're a hematologist, which is
Yes.
like metal. You know, it's the hemoglobin,
Of course,
which is the
yes.
ferrous. So like,
I
you
remember
probably
what I
have,
do.
yeah, exactly. So you probably have some sort of like connection to the ferrous elements that they have. So maybe that's what
You've
it
got
is.
the iron and everything. Although I don't
Yeah,
know how
yeah.
X-Men that is, but yes, absolutely.
You're Magneto now. Yeah, that's no.
You have iron in your blood. Yeah,
The thing
absolutely.
you've gained now is that you've dissipated this element, which actually alters your abilities now. So if you hadn't, just like for this is inside baseball,
Of
if
course.
if you'd saved the casting, you would have gained the ability to basically auto cast on a D8 instead of DR8 instead of a DR12 for castings would have been what would have happened
Oh
for the
man.
rest of the day,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the day, you would have to roll if you die or not.
Okay.
But what happened is you did this and
Yep.
you've released the energy,
Great.
but it does mean you cannot cast any more spells for the rest of the day. You are
Oh
like
no.
burnt out from spells. Okay.
Cool. But this is the worst situation then, Hamilton. I've killed all my friends and I
Yes,
can't
you
cast
can't
spells
cast spells,
as
but
a
you can still.
spellcaster.
Yes, no, but you can still use your vials.
Yes, I can use my
you
vials.
and you can still craft vials.
Yes.
So that's still possible because that's more an alchemical process that you're utilizing these things.
Yes.
But it's that you can't cast powers, is all I'm saying.
Oh,
right?
bloody
So
hell.
scrolls. You can't use scrolls
That's
anymore.
fine,
So
I guess.
your alchemical abilities to boil apart and mix the ethers and the esters that you own.
That's still there.
You can still do that. So and the thing is, you've just made
no.
a shit ton of blood. And also,
I did.
you did. And also, I'm going to suggest another thing to aid you a little bit is that you've seen the potency of this flower's like corruption. That if you could investigate it maybe and see if you could discern any benefits it might be able to pertain towards your vials. I would suggest as well. Maybe.
I like that. Yeah, I'm sort of like stood around. Maybe I've been splattered a tiny bit by like
Yeah.
the capillaries and all that sort of thing, and I just sort of go, wipe my eyes and go, well, goodbye, Richard. And I'll go investigate the flowers.
Yeah. So like you see that there was it had like veins that were like pulsing and it was like this kind of like knotted vines in the middle. That seems to have now dissipated.
Yes.
But there's clearly like this growth has occurred within and amongst the vines, and you could like harvest some of it if you so wished, and like it's like looks like a fungal infection that's kind of affected onto these vines that probably once were just like like a vine of a rose or some sort of similar thing that is like overgrown.
Yeah.
And so if you wanted to, you could sort of take that and sort of investigate it. If you
Yeah,
wished.
absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
you want to roll presence on it?
I
or
will roll
something?
presents. They're the only stat that will help me right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a 12 total.
That's what you needed. You
Great.
needed 12. That's
Oh,
what you need.
phew.
So with that, you will discern that you see this and you go, oh, this has been corrupted with unstone. Like, it's the thing. And it's you can see that deep in the root, and you won't touch that itself, the
Absolutely
unstone.
not.
Is
Yeah.
it's been corrupted by this object, this material that was used by ancient alchemists and magicians to sort of make more potent things, but it is corrupting and it is highly toxic and dangerous, as you have just seen and
Yep.
witnessed. And so, but when it's already like filtered through other elements, it becomes a manageable benefit. So you can plant it in flowers and take the roots and the buds from those, and those things will increase their abilities naturally. And if you mix it with blood, you will get better blood vials.
Oh, listed a silence. I go, well, waste not, want not. And I'll pick up a little bit of blood of Richard and unnamed lady.
So with that,
Yeah.
I would suggest that you can craft a number of blood vials of a certain type of potency, which I think you can choose any 2 blood vials from the blood vial table, or you can roll for them. The blood vials ones.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. I'll do that if it comes up. Knowing,
If it comes
I
up.
feel like I might die in the next room because I'm on my own. So
Yeah, no, let's go now. Yeah, well, you've already crossed off from the list of things, like bad things you can interact with. The highest thing
That's
that you could,
bonkers,
if you
though.
rolled a 12, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then the 4th highest thing. So you still got like two on the list that are still like to fight if you roll at those levels. But let's go, Fiona, because you've exited. Let's say you've just exited the room.
Yeah, I must leave.
Past this, you come to this staircase, which is this sort of like two-way, goes out, then comes in the middle, goes out, comes in the middle, and there's rooms off it on the front of this tower each level.
Yeah.
You make your way up to the next one. I need you to roll for what is on this floor.
All right, this is a D12, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine like just going up with these stairs, and again, it's the increasing inane cross stitches. You know, a house is not a home unless there's a heart or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, this actually does have. Well, that kind of makes sense for this one. But anyway, give me a room. A number between a 12, D12.
Yep, it's a 9, so it's another high number.
No, but that's okay because that is just for the room. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So you come up to this floor as you reach it, and then so everything is in this sort of timber panels. But then when you hit this level, you notice that they're inlaid in between the timbers, which are sort of black with that sort of like off-white between black timbers and off-white sort of door, wattle and daubie thing going on. There's a sort of a timber door, but inscribed upon it is a pentagram with a number of symbols all around it. And if you can roll me a presence check, just 20 plus your presence.
That's a 7, so that's a failure.
I would say that all you would notice is that there's this symbol upon there, and that it obviously represents something arcane, but what it is or if it's still active,
beyond
you don't know what it does. And that is all I can say about that floor. The stairs are behind you. Can you roll me another D12? Apologies, sorry, just another D12.
Sure. That's an 11.
Okay, that will leave that there. There is a door in front of you with a pentagram on it. Okay. You are looking for a chamber of some description, which includes this particular, Lich Queen. So up to you what you do. Yeah,
that is the most democratic you've ever been. Like, high numbers are bad. Well, it's up to you. Do you want to? Of course, I'm going to try and get through the door. I'm just having a quick look at my if there's any tinctures or my hematurge stuff that might be useful. Should I need to throw it quickly? That's what I'm just quickly looking through now. So just so so it's like a symbol full of like. Does it look like to be like a door handle or like? No,
it's just carved into the door. So the door actually is 2 panel doors that will split open, and then carved into it is this sort of pentagrammic magic circle style drawing inscribed upon it.
Ooh.
And it's central in the thing. Whilst the other ones had like multiple doors, maybe 2 off the side, like you went into the glass room, there was 2 either side and you chose one side. This is central, double door, clearly engraved in this magical symbol.
I love that. I guess I will push the door.
The door.
Yeah,
okay.
I assume it's a push and not a pull.
You push open the door.
Open and I peek my head in and see what there is.
Peek your head in. Are you doing this? Are you trying to do this quietly? Are you doing this with gusto?
I'm going to try and do it quietly because, look, to me, I'm just looking at this big door and going like, that looks like security.
Have a look.
But yeah, I'm going to have a quick peeky look. And
then roll me a presence again then. Okay. Agility.
Oh, big side.
Which is -2 at the moment as well, if you remember. See your roll.
Well, because I've got the heavy
armor on.
Yeah, heavy armor on. So I've got to beat over a 16, I think that's what it says here. And I've got minus.
So you've got a -2 standard and then another -2. So you need 16 on the dice or higher.
Oh, Hamilton, you can tell us it's going to go. It's a 2 total. So
you're high on what you're going to hit and you're low on what you're going to do.
Really low on everything else.
So you try to open this door and you don't realise that this ain't been oiled and the door's hinge is sort of like actually slightly collapsed, so it's a bit stiff, and you go and it goes like this scrapes across the stone floor.
Oh, heck.
What you open in onto for when you see, I mean, unless you retract on that note, I don't know. Like, obviously, that's something
in for a penny, in for a blood vial. That's what I'm here for. Yeah,
I love it. You push your head through, and you see within that there in this room there are windows beyond, but they've been curtained over with heavy set curtains, and there's candelabras set around, and then there's a stone floor inside this place, which has a very similar symbol to what you see on the door, arranged in the middle of it, and in the center of this space, there is just in the middle of these magical circles that sort of elliptical sort of shapes that then overlap in sort of star-like patterns. Have you seen like solar system patterns that are sort of
cool.
done? And then like a pentagram with then at each like point of the star and every cross of those lines, you see that little stones have been placed with different numbers of stones stacked on top of them. And in the middle of this, there is a withered corpse just laying there.
Oh, okay. I see. Yes, I mean, very beautiful room. And sort of make a mental snapshot about how I'd like my room whenever I get a house of my own. You know, it's like Pinterest, like inspo.
Yeah, I like it. No, that's cool.
I like that. Yeah. I feel like I am quite naive at this sort of thing because, like, I'm like, well, like you know, I don't have my people. It looks pretty dead. Like I should investigate because obviously I'm looking for a lich, so I'm gonna go in. But what I will do, just so you know, I am gonna use my Hand of the Blood God vial and just put that over, like, okay, just have it like almost like the vial in my hand to crush it. Basically preparing it. I know there's a such thing in this. When I crush it, I'm just going to have a +2 to attack and damage. Like just have.
I get
like,
what you're saying.
So ready to punch it.
You've got it ready to go. This is like immediately something might happen. You're going to go. I'm just going to remind myself of Hand of the Blood God. Add +2 to attack damage and I'll strike your next. Yeah.
I've got it basically ready to go off, and basically just give me one little advantage whilst I then chop out the room. So we'll see.
So the thing is, you move into the room. Nothing happens.
Well,
can you roll me a D6 though?
No.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Well, that's it's a 1. I was going to say that's my first low number. That's a lie. I've rolled lots of low numbers.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you do then? What do you do next?
Hamilton, why have you got your face in your hands?
Nothing. No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
I'm just going to hide. I'm going to sit on them. I again, just carefully look around, but I don't see anything moving. I'm just going to
touch anything.
Not off the top.
No, I'm joking.
Not off the top. But I'm heading. Obviously, my aim is to head towards this corpse and go through
investigate.
Again to see if there's any signs of it. But I think ultimately to be like, well, again, they're just lying about. See if there's any blood. Like I'm trying to almost like a scavenger trying to get those things. So I would making a beeline to this corpse for sure.
Yeah, okay. So you get towards the corpse, and when you're there, you see the sort of very heavily like decayed figure wearing what was a red velvet dress with this sort of very cool short jacket. Do you know this sort of like short jacket thing?
Like a crop top S type
crop jacket, but like
so
with
cool.
lapels.
Oh, they're
sort of
so
quite,
cool.
You know, those kind of things.
Fiona generally would love one of those. I would. Yeah, I think it's so fucking cool.
I think you'd rock that. That'd be pretty cool. So they're wearing this. So they look really cool when they were like, but they're currently less. And you notice that like, where the rest of their skin like is like it's like there's little bits of straggles of skin remaining on most of it, and it's genuinely bone. You know, it's quite an old corpse. The hands are still burnt black flesh, untouched. Just from down to about halfway on the forearm, it's just like, you know, when you get those dried chili peppers, it looks like that on their skin. All the way up to their hands.
That's such a cool, great imagery of texture there. Big kudos to it. I was like, oh yeah, that I can actually see that. So it almost looks like really awful, like latex gloves, but like that almost like leather-esque kind of feeling.
Yeah. So like, there's still the nails there. There's still it's just like really leathery but burnt, like blackened flesh that's just on the hands.
I'm guessing the crop jacket covers the where it's so I can't see what.
Oh, it's a short sleeve one. Sleeve one. You know, like crop jacket, but with also short sleeves.
So does it look like again from my viewpoint? I'll be quite close. I'll be within touching distance, so you know. But like, does it look like it's been seared off, like the skin where it things?
Yeah, it's burned off.
So it's just these like weird glove
so they're frayed. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Fiona's too curious. I'm going to try and take a hand and look at it in more detail.
Okay. When you go to collect the hand, it just comes away from the rest of the body. It's kind of like it's like a very stony, dusty thing that you've kind of done here. Do you know what I mean? It's not like squelchy. It's not kind of like anything other than that. It's just...
It's just so desiccated, so dry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That's
love
it.
that. I think that's so cool. again, I'm just there going like just holding it by the wrist and just like inspecting it and going, this is pretty dope. And whatever caused this, it's clearly quite powerful, like as a negative effect. And I'm thinking about downstairs. Obviously, there's the sort of greenhouse vine thing that obviously had a lot of power, and I'm like. There's a moment we're going like, did I do this without the whole tower? And I'm like, no, probably not. But I'm just there going like, obviously there's more things here. So I'm going to pocket one of the hands and hope.
You pocket the hand?
Yeah,
yes,
why not?
You do.
Of course I do.
Okay.
I need to rebuild friends.
Can you give me a presence check then? Once you've sort of like decided this is going to be something of yours, do you know what I mean? And then you've made some sort of maybe like a little investigation on it.
I sort of look at it and then go cool, and then put it in my.
This is good. I'm liking this because this is really handy. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, there we go. That's a 14 total.
So when you pick the hand, you've taken it into you, and you've sort of like been able to then like something happens. From it, like you feel an energy within it. You have a magical affinity for blood. This is the sort of thing, and you are aware of things known as blood curses, right? It's something that was cast upon you by the Crimson Knight. No, it's fine. It's all good things.
Okay.
Blood curses are something people can cast on people. It's a blood magic. It's a magic that you're trying to attain, and you know that holding this hand as a relic, you can cast D3 blood curses per day through it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And you can roll up to D6 on the blood curses table for each. So if you go to the blood curses, you will see them. You can roll up to 6, so that means you can use anything up to ignite on it. So you can do leech, boil, drain, freeze, dissolve, and ignite. And it's basically you will use the magic inherent in blood of others to render them asunder, basically. So
just so I've got this, which page is this on?
It's just so blood vials.
Yes, I've got blood vials. Is
scroll down from that, you'll see blood cultist, vamp witch. You'll notice the vamp witch is kind of the hands you've just taken, or their flaming hands. You've taken one of their flaming hands, and if you scroll down beyond the blood dragon, you will reach blood curses.
Of course. Sorry, how could I miss that with like the blood curses? So,
blood curses in big letters.
So sorry, and all the way up to
ignite. The only ones you can't do are control and undo, basically.
That's brilliant. That's
and so you can roll D6. So you can take up to and choose. I think you can choose if you want, but I know you like rolling. So the idea is you can roll D6 for which ones you get.
We'll hold it on for now. Let me make a note of it, because no doubt, again, I'll turn around and I'll fall down a hole, and that'll be the end of the thing. But that's pretty cool. I love that.
So you own the flaming hands of a vamp witch as a relic. So there you go.
Great. I step back. And I'm sort of like, I look at the other hand and I sort of like, almost like do like a little wave with its hand. I'm like, oh, high five. And then I'll put it in my bag.
Love it.
And I'll just have a quick look, like again, cursory look around the room, but not expecting anything, because I feel like I've dealt with that pretty well by myself. And I'm just going to try and tootle out of the room and not worry about it.
So what saved you was your D6 roll of a 1, because if it was high, it would be alive. If it was low, it was dead. So that was it.
God.
It would have woken up. So if you got a 4+, it would have awoken and you'd had to fight it. But the fact that it was dead, then
that is wild, though.
Yeah,
that's a bit of good luck. It's not going to last much longer, but I'm very impressed with myself.
I think you needed it. I think it was fair. I think
I needed it. Yeah, I killed all of my companions, and then I get a cool hand. Yeah, that's how it works. What a weird reward system you've got for me, Hamilton.
Well, it's not like actually when you do the first for the rooms, high doesn't necessarily mean bad. It just they're randomly positioned, actually.
Yes, true.
The rooms are generally okay. It's kind of what is in them. It's what is in this room is the bad thing.
I just always assume that high numbers are just bad because after the first 2 rooms. So that's why I'm going like, God. So
there you go. So that is level 4 done. You've got 3 more till the final one.
No,
so
I don't know. I'm over halfway. Am I feeling confident?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I didn't. You know what? They were holding me back, Hamilton. Though,
I
Richard
agree.
and the unnamed lady. They were holding me back. I was ready to race up. I clearly didn't need them.
The next floor, give me 2 rolls of a D12 for them.
All right. So the first roll is a 10. And the second roll is a 10.
Well, that's easy.
Well,
you've got 10. Can you now? I need to roll a different number because you rolled 10. So can you roll me a D10 instead of a
D10, absolutely. Yeah,
because it's a particular room.
A 3.
3. Okay, fine. Okay, that's all right then. So that's okay. So you walk in because if you rolled a 10 on a 10, that would have been bad. But it's actually because it's a. Anyway, you come up to this floor. I'm going to say that this one, the wall is sort of caved in a little bit, and you can see quite easily into it. That this room appears to be some form of like laboratory of some description, not quite alchemical, but more like experimental on humans and beings.
Ooh.
And you can see easily, though, through this door that you've got a slab, like a stone slab, set to the side.
Yeah.
And then there is just a mass of like bottles, vials, and like old like units have fallen over and collapsed over the whole of the space.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, getting in there, if you want to, you can, and you could do some rummaging around. But really, this room is just in a ruin, and there's not a lot you can do with it.
Interesting. I think I would try and get in and have a look, just because like I need to search this house.
Give me then give me a presence check for your searching.
Yeah, I think I do need to.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 9 total, so fairly.
9 total. Okay, well then can you roll me, you don't have to roll the D2, roll me then a D6, just a D6.
And then that is a 2 on the dice.
Okay, so you rummage around, everything is smashed, there's not a lot in and amongst all of this, but there is one thing you do find, so you don't get 2 things if you rolled over the 12, you've got like a good roll, but you find a little bottle that has skull and crossbones on it, classic, black liquid inside, and you've got one little vial of this. It is a poison, and it will deal D2 doses of D6 damage to anyone that you slip it into a drink, or you could add it to your blade as an additional attack damage. You get 2 D2 uses of that poison.
D2 uses...
of D6 damage.
Of so D6, that's what I thought. So yeah, I thought that's what. Sorry, yeah. Good.
So yeah,
interesting.
So you might as well roll the D2 now, so you can see how many you get, and that would be
4. So 2.
Yeah,
2
so you get 2.
Yeah,
2 doses, and you can use that like in a drink, in a potion or something like that, or coat your blade in it, and it will add that poison damage to an attack.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, pick it up and I go, wow, the day is really going well for Argyle.
Well, you're getting some good rolls here, but let's see. That's level 5. You move on up to the next level.
Oh my God.
Give me a D12 again.
Instead of I'm going up and I'm like going, maybe I am doing all right. Maybe I should just believe in myself more. And you know, sorrows and prayers for those people who did not make pass my. Yeah, I realized
they held you when it was front loaded. This dungeon. That's the thing. So.
But this is the thing, right? I've currently the thing that really did the most damage was me. So maybe I'm not locked in here in this tower with them. They're locked in this tower with me.
I think that is exactly it. I think that's exactly what you're figuring out right now.
All right. So the first
you're just building up the cocky, aren't you? Just so that you.
I am. I'm ready to have the big fall. Yeah. So that was that's a 4 on the dice for the room.
Okay. And then roll me now a standard D12.
A 5.
You climb up the stairs. And as you go up the side, you come back, you realise that there is no stair taking you to the next level.
Oh, no.
Beyond, you can see 2 little alcoves, and there doesn't seem to be much of a room behind, but apart from just what seems to be there's little alcoves that go further back, and inside of them, it seems to be mouldy cheese, food, bits of bottles of stuff and everything like that. It looks like just a general store on this level. But unfortunately, there is the stair above has somehow collapsed away. It was like a timber stair, and there is just like hanging bits. And so somehow you need to get yourself up
across. Okay, damn. I stupidly did not think that would be a case. All right. Looking in the general store larder thing, does that look like are there shelves I can pull away from the, like full-on shelves or anything like that?
Well, back down on the floor below, you can take some of the shelves from that workshop. Yeah, that's a possibility.
I mean, it's going to take me a bloody age to drag it up. So basically, I'm looking for a way. I don't expect they're going to get across the gap or anything like that, but just be able to give myself a little bit of height. So should I need to jump over, I have at least a bit more of a... Scrabble, if you see what I mean. So yeah, if I could pull a shelf or a side table, or you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, there's big bits of timber. Like there's some shelves, like some sort of like sleeper style bits of timber. Yeah, okay. Well, what I will say is give me either a strength or agility check for how well you are able to do the moving and placing of whatever you're trying
for
to
sure.
achieve.
I'll go for strength. I suspect I might get stuck halfway, and I'm just in my head shouting pivot to myself.
Yeah, I love it.
That's a 2 total. So yeah.
Okay. So all right, you move it into position. I'm going to say you do that.
Okay.
But if you try and cross it, you will have to take -2 to whatever roll you're going to do.
Damn.
cross it.
Don't like that.
So you think you've done it well. You think you've done a really good job. You've moved it. You're not strong enough to move it. You've positioned it, but you are maybe a little bit unsure as to its stability.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Tell you what. All right. I'm like, yeah. I feel like good in my work, but I don't trust myself at this time.
Yeah.
So obviously, so the stairs in front of me going up, that is gone. But as you've described, these stairs sort of loop back on themselves going up. If I look up, does that staircase? I know that might be cheating, but
it still continues on. Yeah.
So that's still there. Okay. All right. I have a spell called Palms Open the Southern Gate.
Yes.
Which is a ball of fire. Yeah. I want to try.
Yeah.
Hit the stairs above.
Yeah.
And to see like if it can like fall down. And like might get stopped by these bookcases.
It'll become a problem later, but you're going to try and get up.
That's fine. I'm just going to see what's on the next thing. There might be rope up there.
You're just going to keep breaking them until you get up.
Yeah, like some sort of weird Tetris thing. But yeah, basically, if I can stop it, I presume it's like
I'd suggest, because it goes up in 2 and then in 1 in the middle, I would suggest you take down one of the 2 sides. So
that's what I meant. Not the big one. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Okay. And then just like be able to, if it falls in a certain place, I presume like precariously, I can then go like, like almost like a video game sort of like jump across before presumably it falls again to the bottom.
Yeah. Give me a presence roll then. Just roll your standard spell to cast the spell.
God. Actually, I'm going to use a different D20 because that one keeps rolling low. We'll use the big eyeball one. So
okay, go for that. Come on, big eyeball.
Okay. That was a +2, 15 total.
15 total. Okay, you aim your fireball, you hit it. You kind of aim at the structural connection for this.
Exactly.
Then you see it sort of burn away, fizzle, collapse, fall down. And with a 15, because you got over like 42, more than 2 plus, it falls in a way that is accessible for you to then make it up to the next floor.
I was like, yeah, well, that was my only real attacking spell. I sort of like scramble.
So now you're on the floor with a storeroom. There's just literally a storeroom here. There's food and drink, but it is all completely rotten. There is maybe some water bottles that are green now. You know, there's probably at least a jam that's still okay. But
look for a jam. I think I want to see if it's a general sort of just food. I do want to see if there's anything else. Again, I appreciate it's all me investigating stuff, but it kind of makes sense. But if it's like, does it seem like a larder or does it seem like a general store? So it seems like a larder. Okay. If there's any sort of like rope or any sort of like
I would
aprons
say,
or anything like that, like anything that I can string together to basically I want to be able to tie myself so that presumably at some point I might go bouldering, and because I think
I would suggest you can find at least 15 foot of rope in this room.
Right.
Yeah, it's a store. I think I've kind of written this is food, drink, that kind of thing, but also possibly rats, and also it's just store. So general, I'd say probably it's fair.
Yeah, basically, yeah. What I'm looking for is like a rope or some sort of like thing that I can attach to make like an improvised rope, so that I can then when I have to go sort out with the stairs next time, I've got like something that I can, if I fall, I at least have a second or two to like grab on. Like again, I'm thinking of bouldering or climbing. So yeah,
no, you're fine there. Yeah, you got that. But the stairs then going up the next floor seem to be okay for now.
Okay.
Can you give me a D12 first for what's on this floor?
All right. That is an 8.
An 8? Fantastic. And can you roll me a D12, please?
A 5.
Okay, so you get up to this floor.
Which floor is this? What is this like?
They're now
Penultimate?
7. This will be now level 7. Yeah. So you've got another similar effect, but here we go. So So you come up to the floor, and there is no wall to the next room. And what you realise, why the floor below was just a very alcovey section of store, and it didn't seem to go deep as before. This room seems to look like it has like an amphitheater style thing going on where it steps down to the lower level from where you are over the stores kind of thing. And the room is lined, and this works really well actually, with books everywhere. It's a huge bell-like library. It's the bell room from, it's that again. I know we had a bell room for the thing, but it's a big library. However, the floor, even though it did step down to below, has completely collapsed onto the laboratory that we went over before. This works because you rolled for a ruin.
Yes.
So that's great.
Yes.
So there are bookshelves. Give me a presence check for having a look around.
I do like the idea that you have almost like the snack cupboard underneath this library amphitheater.
Yeah.
That's so cool. It's like, oh, get your popcorn and then come join me for an Agatha Christie novel.
Exactly.
Presence check, 8 on the die plus 2, 10 total.
10 total. That's fine. That's you can see that this bookshelves it's not your Agatha Christie's. This is treatises on magical effects. All your sort of great stuff like Bloods, the history of particular families, of which you'll recognize names from different cities, which may have had vampiric histories, etc. And then you noticed within this that there are. Can you roll me a D4? D4. Sorry, there's lots of because this is a generator. There's lots of dice.
I love rolling random. It's just a 1.
Just a 1. You see one little piece of paper, a scroll-like paper, falling out from across this ruin, tempting you with its lustrous look of incantational inscriptions.
Ooh, it's got a script on it, like papyrus
Shiny.
or something. I'm like,
They made it bold.
Absolutely, I'm gonna go.
Okay, well, you've got your rope.
I do. So. I tie that around me carefully. It's if I can get to it.
Yeah.
But if I can't get to it with the rope, I get stuck. I get to the full length and it's not there. I am going to just leave it because I'm just going knowledge is for the fact.
Well, give me then an agility check. But though you've got your rope, give yourself advantage on it because then you're not gonna fall. But it's just like, can you get there? I'm
so close. Wow. The lowest one was a 3, so discarding that, and then I've got 16 on the die, and then it's agility, just checking it's
12.
-2, so and 14.
Minus 2 again.
And minus 2 again.
Minus 2 again, so it's 12, which is all you needed, which is a 12. So you rope yourself around, you clamber over, then maybe you've got the little ladder, the little ladder, and you kind of get on that and shoo across.
Yeah, I do the bell.
It's a Dark Souls game, which I know you don't. I don't think you've played, but
I've never played Dark Souls, but I get the vibe of it. Yeah,
that it's like they have little light things that have little wisps coming off the top of them, and it's like you can get to them, you can traverse to those, but you have to think about it. So you have to do it up, maybe on the ladder, down. Across, drop down onto a very handy ledge where there's just the shiny there. Pick it up, bit of parkour, back. And you've made it back.
See, that sounds more exciting to me than Peak, because I've tried Peak now, and I'm shit at it. I keep just bashing myself off and slipping and falling forever. So
you have to do it with people. Have you done it with people?
I've tried that, and that doesn't. My partner leaves me behind.
Well, that's your problem. You've got a Dan on your hands. Sorry.
It's true. It's true.
You then make it back. You've got yourself another scroll from the scrolls list. That's all it is. Nothing too special, but it's just a scroll.
I'll add that.
One more.
I'll add that to the thing. Okay, so scroll. Then I will ample my way out. And then, up
to the top floor.
Wow.
So at the top floor, you notice then there's actually a big conical roof to this with a little roof light that's raining light down. But it's nighttime, so moonlight down into this upper space.
So cozy.
And a little window, a little circular roundel window that looks out back away from, along on the staircase as you go up, looking out over the city. And you now realise you're 8 stories above. You're seeing all the other towers of this ruined city, all in their different guises. And as you return back, you see in front of you now that, unlike all the other floors that have been in timber. This one is cast in bronze. There is a huge bronze sort of. And what's interesting about it, whilst this is like this is circular in plan, and then you've got like a circle, you've got like half it cut out here, like a wedge of it, like a third of it for the stair, and then there's a sort of like just more than a half circle. What this is a bronze circle situated inside the space. You could walk around it.
Oh, interesting.
And it's just there. And it is inscribed in hundreds of hieroglyphic style, like writing all the way around this thing. It is completely smooth at first impression.
Wow. That's amazing. Okay, so I think to myself, I've done it. And first of all, big tick for me for getting to the top of the tower by myself, lest we forget those who've gone. Okay, so we've got this bronze thing in the middle. Obviously, I assume this is like the seal to the vault.
What will you do then? So you're going to go up to it?
I think, I feel like I've made it so far, but God, I know I'm one bad move away from like falling down the tower or something coming out to, because I think because of that initial first big attack I had, I'm now a little bit more cautious that I've got to the end. And it's been a smooth, in quotation marks, ride up to the last couple of bits. So I'm there going like, So I think I'm approaching carefully, but I'm not. I think I'll be. Sorry, I hate being D&D about this, but I'm not touching it yet. I'm just getting closer to it,
just getting closer to it,
and seeing if anything changes about the room itself. Like, yeah,
cool. So as you get closer to it, you see that it's like if you've ever seen like the sort of hieroglyphics. It's like got these like symbols written down with then lines between each of the lines of them. And sort of as you get closer, they all seem relatively similar. But then give me a presence check then from here as to like how well you understand what's in front of you.
The shot. Fuck this dice. That's a 7 total.
7 total. You can't quite discern anything terribly about it.
Yeah.
But the scroll that you just picked up, you will have noticed just something about it that just sparks a memory. But that's all I'll say. Sparks something about it. You just think...
From the scroll I just picked up?
From the scroll you picked up, yeah. There was similar writing, language.
I'll bring out the scroll. And what I'll try and do is basically, it might take me too long and it might be very boring, but essentially I'll get the scroll, hold it up to these lettering. So I will get closer. And my aim is to like almost see if I can break the code, the cipher.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying that if you spend it, just roll me then a D4. D4.
2.
You spend half an hour. So you spend half an hour.
Bad, yeah.
Walking around, I mean, you start at the most obvious location, which is in front of you.
Yeah.
And seeing that, and you're not seeing it, and you get all the way around to your half circle, and at the other side, you realise, oh, wait a minute, that's 4 in a row, that's 4 in a row. I see it. And then using your innate magical understanding of incantations and stuff like that, you don't quite recognise this text, necessarily exactly understand it, but you recognise it as related to this omen of the blood god, these people of this crimson cult and their sort of secret language, of which there is very limited text available, but people have seen bits of it. And you can tell that it is of similar value to that, similar sort of like system of symbology, but you can't read the symbols themselves in terms of like understand it, but you find this connection between this thing. And then once you look there, you can see that the spacing between those two sets of 4, there is a very easily noticeable now, like, oh, this one's actually got a gap between it. And then you sort of take 8 away from either side and you can see, oh, there's a gap there, as if there is a set of doors here.
Oh, very cool.
Let's say the symbols are drawn 4 and 4, and then you see 2 of them side by side, which are coloured in. So if you imagine the 2 of them there, like not on the gold, on the brass thing, but on the paper, they're just outlines apart from these 2, and that's all it says.
No, that's great. That's great. So 4, and then 2 that are coloured in on the paper.
Yeah, and there's some inscription next to them. Again, you can't read the text, but like that's what it says.
Okay, if I find those 2 glyph symbols. All right. Again, I've now got an object in fact, so I'm going to pick up the hand that I picked up, and I'm going to use that to touch the door first.
I love this because that is cool.
Yeah. I mean,
that is...
the thing is, though, it might not be trapped, but I like the idea of I'm just use that to open everything now. It's just like this hand, you know.
I would like you to now roll me a presence check with advantage.
There we go.
That's good. The fact that you've used the hand is very good. That was good thinking.
Well, yes. However, the dice think otherwise. That's a 3 and a 5 on the dice, so 7 total is the highest. Yeah.
Weirdly, this is an interesting thing. So you put the hand to it, and nothing happens.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, well, I'll give it a good go. All right, I put the hand away. So, like, shake out my own hands.
Yeah.
All right. And then just check if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else I can really do. I'm just going to put my hands on the...
Both hands now. This is what was missing. You put one hand on the symbol, you put both hands on there.
Yeah. There you go.
But I will give you advantage again. You can roll it now. But nothing would have worked last time. Just one hand. But I'll give you the advantage because you have touched it with the hand. That's fine.
That's very kind of you. That is... The highest one was an 11 on the dice, plus 2 is 13.
Now, this is... I'm going to do some inside baseball.
Please do, yeah.
If you get over a 10, you do succeed.
Great.
However, you don't realise that you have succeeded, but it's trapped. If you got over 16, you would have succeeded, but you would have realised there's a trap and had a chance to unbind the trap. So what you've done is the door is opening in front of you, but immediately, as it begins, your hands ignite in flame. Right up to the same point as the hand that you had seen before. They are burning. I need you to roll me a D4, 2D4, because it's for one for each hand, basically. However, remember, you have your armor on.
I do.
Which gives you
a minus 6, a minus D6.
Yeah.
Okay,
so roll
great.
Me 2D4.
Good, because I only have 4 health. All right, so the first one is a 2, and then the second D4 is a 3, so that's 5. So then,
so you could still die if you roll a 1.
Yeah,
it's basically what you're saying.
I mean, hilariously. Let's see if it's D6. Okay, D6 was a 4. So I take,
so you take 1 point of damage.
Whoa!
Fiona! That was close.
I'm just like smoking slightly. I'm like, oh, God.
So your hands ignite as the door is open. Like they still ignite to that amount of damage, but fortunately, you've put these greaves on that have like helped you sustain, to take a lot of the damage from this burning. Because it sort of reads up your hand and over the armor, let's say, and you're just getting the heat burn. You're just getting the burn on your through the metal. Let's say. So that's kind of what you've done. You've just singed your hands. So they're definitely hot and burning, and you've definitely got calluses to them from it. And that happens the whole time this door is opening. And then inside it, you see that then it's the same sort of beautiful detailing inside, but then the ceiling of this space is not concurrent with the shape of what you have seen from the outside.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
So it is a huge domed little palace-like thing with a starlit sky above, which just cannot be there. And as you step inside, you realize that there's little archways that look out onto some sort of vista in a different land on the sides, where you can feel this wind of this world beyond. And as you step inside, those doors close you inside.
Sweet. Amazing.
And it's just this tomb in front of you. It's like a sarcophagus in front of you.
I looked back to where the doors were, and I'm like, that's a problem for later me to get back out and not burn myself. So this sarcophagus S-type place, I guess, knowing that I finally made it here, I'm going to do the same thing again of have my blood vial of Hand of the Blood God in my hand ready to punch a corpse.
Yeah, great. Cool.
It feels very much like, oh God, we talked about it at the beginning. The mummy that I had you have in the mortuary.
Yeah.
Grimes. Is Grimes about to appear?
Yeah, well, so there's the sarcophagus is still closed, but on top of the sarcophagus, when you're looking around, I won't have to investigate for this, you will notice it.
Yeah.
Clutched in the arms of the sort of figure there's a figure engraved on front of it, doing the sort of, they're instead of crossing over themselves, they're holding in their hand a heart.
Oh.
And you look over it and you notice that this is this beautiful brass, but this heart is red flesh heart that is just there, just held within.
Okay.
And you're just looking over it. What are you going to do? I mean, apart from that, you've got this little lovely warming wind from what outside it looks like a Tuscan style, sort of like, sort of cypress trees, sort of tall, thin trees running down valleys that go off into some other land that you've never seen before in the world of your own. And this is where you are in this sort of tower outside of time and space in some respects. And you've got just this brass sarcophagus.
That's so interesting. It does feel like at this point, I know it's not like this, but like it feels like we've done a point and click adventure, and somehow I've made it to the final thing, but I definitely don't have the final bits of things to do with
this. You were looking for a heart yourself. You were looking for the heart of this Lich Queen, so it feels like this is what you were looking for.
Yeah. Because what I'm going to try and do is obviously I know I'm going to have to take the heart, and I know it's going to in my head it's like some sort of Indiana Jones, and the Ark, the Lost, the Ark essentially, but.
Well, give me a check if you want to just do a check to see if it's trapped or if there's something you can.
I will do that because I feel like it is, but so a presence check. I'm guessing just cool. That's a natural 1 on the dice. So who knows?
You're like, yum, heart. I'm meant to eat this thing. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I think
you wanted to eat it is what you were.
No. Yeah. Yes, I remember my goal. I think what I will do. It's going to sound bonkers, but so let me know if this is too bonkers. So that poison little bot thing, I assume like it is going to have some sort of corrosive element to it of some sort. So I want to uncork it and I want to put it around where the hands are on the relief are, so that they burn. So like if there's a problem getting it out, that they'll crumble. I'm trying to make it easy for me to get it out. Essentially, so I'm going to do that to the. Which sounds bonkers,
you're going to pour your flaming hands onto it. Your hands, the hands of the blood god one. Is that what you mean?
No. Sorry, the tiny poison bottle that you gave me.
Interesting.
No. Because I like the hand of the blood god on me. Sorry,
I get you now. So you're going to pour the poison onto the hands.
I don't know if it will do anything, but like I'm just thinking of like if it weakens like something like because I assume it's going to be quite hard to get out.
Okay, I will say roll me just a presence check then on that for like a magical incantational sort of thing. I just want to see how this works.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's just a 10, so failure.
Flat 10, just a flat on the dice.
No, sorry, 8 plus 2, so 10.
Fine. Okay, so what's weird about it is you pour onto what is ostensibly to you a brass figure. Yeah. But as you pour the liquid onto it, it seems to not pool on it as you would expect, but seems to just sink into the thing. Ooh. And you notice that there's something kind of off about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not running off the sides of it, it's being absorbed by it.
What was the D? Can you roll me the D6 then?
Yeah, I'll do the D6. Fucking hell, that's a 2.
2? Okay, just give me a second. I need to get some stats
I think someone needs to roll some armor.
Yeah, that might be what I'm doing. Give me a second. I'm just now finding... right, okay. I don't have any armor, which is fortunate.
They must have armor. No, fortunate? No. Okay.
What happens is, though, you've done that. Mm-hmm. You then see the heart in it sort of like disappear inside, as in it falls through what was in front of it. And the illusion of this brass sarcophagus dissipates into nothingness.
Oh, God.
And everything around you, this vision of what you were in, completely crumbles and, like, disintegrates. So the vision of the cypress trees, the wind blowing on your skin, slowly just completely absorbs into nothingness. And as that happens, it's kind of like it all goes kind of black. Like you're suddenly just in infinite nothingness. And then from that, it like from the edges and periphery of your vision, like little burning tendrils of paper, like on a film which is burning, kind of comes back to you. And you're just inside now what is like a church-like space. Mm-hmm. stone floor appears at the floor. You see these sort of like timber arches, not like a stone arch, but like timber arches that are all crisscrossing coming up. And then there's sort of columns and like stonework on the side. Then there's timber columns in the middle. And then slowly and finally, you get to the image in the front of you where sitting upon a chair, there is this very regal looking figure of a feminine sort of body shape, sitting there in what is like a golden armored sort of knightly figure. They are sitting in like this huge sort of timber chair, but it's kind of got pink and red sort of inlays onto it, and it has little curvy things. I can send you an image.
Send me an image. Well, shit.
Yeah. In one hand, they are holding it aloft, and it is flaming. And in the other hand, they have this huge sort of axe by their side. They're sort of sitting there, lounging, one hand out with the flame, one hand sitting there holding an axe. They seem like they're sort of their sort of eyes are lifting up to look at you as if they've just awoken. And behind them, upon a mantle of this, like an altar, of this like church-like space that they've seen been waiting within, is actually this heart that you were looking at sort of set within it. This is them. There you go. They've got a horn on one side of their face.
Damn.
And yeah. And they're there.
Actual slay.
And your poison did nothing to nothingness.
Super. Okay.
I need to roll for them.
Yeah, so. I think you do.
Can you roll me a d6 to see who goes first?
2. Yeah. Diddly. I got a 2 on my dice. Do.
Okay. And they got a 4 and a d4. Means they've got 5 magics. Cool. Yep. Good for Fiona.
Yeah.
So, all right. What did you roll? Sorry?
I rolled a 2 on my d6.
Okay. You get to go first. Don't worry.
Wow. That's very kind.
Your turn.
All right.
They are awaking from their slumber. They are guarding the thing that you desire. They are armored in this sort of golden armor.
Okay.
And yeah.
Get ready for the absolutely wildest play I think I've ever done. Mm-hmm. So I have a blood vial that says Brienne's Livena, number 5. I see this happen. I'm like, Hail Mary, and I'm going to plunge that. I stab my prepared syringe into the skin of the creature. And it says, on my next turn, consume the liquid and gain the creature's special attack or enhanced melee attack if none. Yes. So I'm going to try that. I mean, I might die before it happens. So I'm just going to.
You've already got it, so you don't have to do anything else. You literally, your personal syringe in the skin of any creature on next turn, consume the liquid and gain. So you're going to plunge it in. So you've rushed up to them. Yep. You've sort of just, whilst they're waking up, plunged it in.
Yep.
Taken the vial, and you kind of got, and it's kind of very quick. It goes, sucks it in, and you've got it there, ready to go.
Ready for the next one. I'm just going to roll with the D4 rounds just in case it happens. I'm going to have whatever it is for 3 rounds.
Whilst all of this shit was going on, you've also maybe cracked your hands of the blood god.
You know what? That's very kind of you. Yes, I have
whilst it's all going black, you might have just gone, maybe.
It sounds like a boss fight. Yes, absolutely.
I think you would have felt like you'd done that.
All right,
okay, cool.
That's very kind
that
of
will
you.
last for the next turn as well. So you've got +2 damage. It's there. This special attack lasts for D4 rounds. So
I've just rolled it. I got a D3, but I've not had it yet. So I might die before it happens. But I'm ready.
I'm just going to make a note of that. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's their turn first. They are going to. Can you make me a defense roll now, please?
Okay.
So you've got your armor, so that's good. Defense roll is -2 for the agility.
Yeah. Okay.
And -4 total when you're roll.
-4 total. That's a 2 total with the -4. So yeah, I rolled 6 on the die.
So the first thing they're going to do is. Okay, can you give me a D? Okay, so they've attacked. Let's do the first. Let's just do the first roll.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, okay, fine. There's quite a few little things to do here. So I need a D10.
Okay, D10.
A 1, Fiona. I am not joking. They've rolled a 1 on their attack. So they get the hammer. Maybe it's just you've sort of off-cut them. You've come in so quickly. They're still a bit not roused. And you've done this, like, you stab them and they're kind of, like, confused. And they go to hit you with this huge dragon's tooth hammer that when you get close, you realize it's like a huge tooth. And they go to whack you with it. Now, They still hit you. Can you roll me your D6? You don't have to roll the D6 because no matter what you get, you don't take any damage. However, I need you to make me a toughness check.
Okay, is this a flat roll then? Holy shit, that's a natural 20.
You're so lucky. You're so lucky because they use the hammer side of this.
Yeah.
It's you will know that what it does is it will crush the body with its strength. And if you got under a 12, you would have had -1 to your strength moving on, and that stacks as you go along. So you would have lost -1 to your stat. Fortunately, that didn't happen. If they use the tooth side, by the way, and you fail to roll a 12, you lose that body part because they will slice it off with the tooth side. So that's what they get.
That's
However,
fine.
Fiona, you've gained their special attack, which is called Flaming Flesh. All metal blades melt at the touch of your skin. So any weapon that you touch, unfortunately, their weapon is made of stone or bone. However, anything that you now hit with any form of attack deals an additional D6 burning on their flesh. So you now can use that special on your turn. So that's what you've got for 3 rounds.
That's amazing.
It is your turn. So you consume the liquid. I'm saying you've got that.
I go
instant thing. That's not an additional action. That's just part of the spell you've already cast. So
it sort of goes onto it. Great.
Yeah. So now you're going.
That's wild. Okay, I mean, we'll find out. I see that they've done that with the hammer. Like, obviously it does big impact, but it doesn't. I'm like, ow, and then I'm just gonna. Yeah, let's hand this person. Let's go. Like,
okay, you're gonna whack them. So you're gonna use one of the blood curses. Is that? I'll just say you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, let's use all the items. Let's blood curse this. So I'll roll a D6. Let's hope that's a 1 leech.
Okay, so ignore the DR12 toughness because you're just using it on them, so it will instantly happen. So you roll me a D2.
Yes. Where's my D4 gone? Okay, D2. It's a 3 I got, so
you got 2.
2, yeah.
You have taken 2 hit points off them, and you have gained them for yourself.
That is needed.
Yeah, there you go.
5.
Yeah, so you now have 5 hit points. Great.
Woohoo!
Okay, that is a win.
That's amazing. Did not expect that.
Yeah, okay. So you've used that as your go. Yeah. And because you've used an ability on them, roll me a D6 because you will burn them with the Flaming Flesh special, because you now get that as an additional sort of thing that you can just do to anything now, which they have as an ability whenever they make an attack.
To me, to you sort of thing. Okay, I rolled a 4.
4. So you do an additional 4 damage to them.
That's amazing. That's like the most damage I've ever done. That wasn't like an automatic kill spells. That's 6. Yeah. That's pretty good.
So, and it ignores armor, that flaming flesh. So that's quite both of those. So the leech, blood curses ignore armor, and the fire is flaming flesh. So it goes beyond. So if they do it on you, it will go underneath your armor. So be careful.
Okay.
So. Right, it is them go again. They are angry, and they're just going to fire you. Ooh, so they're going to use a blood curse themselves. They can roll a D5 on the table, which is an interesting number to roll, but there you go.
There we go.
So a 1. So they will leech you in return. They will leech you in return.
Yes.
Una reverso. They roll a 1, so they steal 1 hit point of you and gain it back for themselves. So you're on 4. And they go to 1. And they will then roll D6 for the flaming flesh. Fiona.
Oh, here we go.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yep.
You've come to a point in the road where the journey was nigh. That was close. You were at the pinnacle. You were meant to have with you 2 friends and 2 Meccans. And unfortunately...
I got rid of them,
You unfortunately got rid of them. But what happens is...
Yeah.
You feel the flame goes underneath the skin or the sort of armor that you've encapsulated yourself within. Mm-hmm. And it just wreathes the whole of your body in flame.
Yeah.
And everything seems to just absolutely... Every single part and point of your body is in absolute agony for but moments. It's brief, and then it's darkness again.
Ooh.
However, you are still conscious.
Big sad.
Big sad. Big sad. But you're in the darkness.
Yeah.
And all you hear is the pumping of your blood in your ears. And as you open your eyes, you are on the ground outside the tower of which you entered earlier as it burns in flame.
What? Oh.
And you see in the doorway the 4 figures that you entered with, just as if they've just entered, burning in the flame. It's too late for them. They're gone. But they're looking at you confused, as if, how have you got there?
You were with us, yeah.
You were with, yeah. And they're literally, just as they've entered, you can see the Crimson Knight you were about to fight in there burning, and everything is just burning down right in front of you. You're left there in the flames as they fire in front of you.
Wow. Can I move? Can I?
You can get up, yeah?
Yeah, I'll get up. I quickly look about myself. Do I still have stuff like the hand or anything like that? Was it all gone?
The scroll, nothing of that ilk.
Wow. Okay.
You remember a thing that you had. It's like one of those things that you just remember someone saying to you a long time ago when you did something to them, and their voice rings in your head. This sort of cackled old lady's voice saying,
"Stupid hag,"
saying, "It'll be I who kills you."
That is bonkers. Stupid hag. Yeah, I scream, hag! That's what I scream to the sky. Wow.
Oh, there you go.
No. Yeah. Whoops. All right. Yeah, I go. I sort of look at this tower, look at the people burning, and I go, not today. And I just turn around and walk away. I'll fight the tower another day.
Yeah, and then just in your, I guess, like, as I'm giving you part of the story from this realm that I've put you into,
yes,
that you know that inside your little notebook that was at the beginning when you'd crossed out the last thing, on your list of another 20 other things to try to escape this realm, you cross Avatar of Blood God off the list, and it's on to the next one.
Oh, big sad. Oh, amazing.
There you go.
Well done.
Yeah, so you didn't make it. You didn't survive. You survived, but you didn't get
what I wanted. No, that totally makes sense. Ah, stupid hag. It's always a hag. We've discovered that's our thing. It's hags, isn't it?
I just because I wanted it to be that if we ever wanted to bring this character back, maybe we could do that. It's a bit of fun.
No, that was good.
Normally you would have just died.
Okay, that away. Yeah, I was like going like, oh damn it, I'm gonna have to kill this creature if I can. Hamilton, that was awesome. Thank you so much for running me through this.
That's fine.
Yeah, my stars and wishes, of course, because I have to do that. I loved your portrayal of Richard and the Mechans. Like, hello, Richard.
Thank you.
And you're with Baal as well. Obviously, you know, it's been a while since we've seen her at time of recording, but I liked how you portrayed her and like all her weird things, like the light that was on like a leash and stuff like that was really cool. And just running me through the system as well. I'm so like I haven't done much Mort Borg. Like, I know basically, but I think you did so well. And I appreciate, obviously, looking stuff up because it's been a while since you've done it. But yeah, really cool to be run through the system by the person who's made a thing for it. So yeah, thank you so much. This has been really awesome.
It's been an absolute pleasure. My stars and wishes is, as ever, Fiona, you always yes and in the best possible way, which is great. And you always interact with people in such a great way. So I love that. And you are always ever inquisitive, which is always the best thing that a DM wants, to be honest, because you want people to look through your stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want someone to go, no, I'm not going to do that. And you will always take it to
Well, it's true. Like I always think like horror and all that sort of thing. It's like, well, you presented a really cool room, like the room with the vamp witch in it. Like, obviously, I was there going like, there's something down here that could kill me, but it sounds like a really cool room. Of course, I'm going to have a because also I'm thinking of as well of the listeners as well. They'd be like, why didn't you go into the cool room? I was like, you know, like of course, you know, I know like sensible thing like, oh well, I'm on my own. I must do this. I'm like, no, do the cool room. Let's go find out. So yeah, no, I appreciate that as well.
It was a lot of fun. And the problem is, because I'm writing in the new one, I've got like an additional stat, and I've kind of rewritten the Mortball rule. So actually the monsters have stats as well. So it's a little bit halfway between OSR and that. So it's like going back to the sort of like basic. I'm like, oh yeah, it's actually a lot more brutal. This one's so much more brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, I'm on 4 hit points, my friend. I will do my best. But I loved the blood vials and stuff like that. Like, because that I said to you before, I like rolling randomly, and like obviously we could have used all the ones. I mean, I've got a couple that I didn't use, and obviously I got some more. But I was like, no, I want to see what I've got, and I was like, that cool one of the now I've forgotten what it was, the Abrian Liviner one.
Liviner, yeah.
Yeah, that one. I was like, I have to save that for when I fight the big bad, because that is such a
100%,
cool.
because it's a cool thing.
Yeah, because it's a Hail Mary. Like, I'll take it, forgo my first turn, and just
Yeah.
see if I survive. And yeah, I just want to, because I want to see what their special power is before it
100%.
emulates me. You know. So.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's really cool. And I think like if we ever do this again with my next book, I've actually written. I've rewritten the rules for solo play so that because I gave you a crew in the hope that you would then have the sort of like that would make it work. But I've now got a blessing system that we could use where it would make it less brutal than it would have been in that last fight, which I just think it would have been unfair to be like, you now just gain all these best benefits, Fiona.
No. Well, it is Dark Souls, so it is Elden Ring. Of like, yeah, I can imagine what happens is that now that, I mean, I can imagine like if I go for doing it again, I'm like, okay, the hag won't let me die. I just keep on going up and just like keep finding different versions of it. That's what I assume in the video game of this as well. But
they're giving you that.
But I like the idea that again, even I'm just like, I need to have a think about this and turn off the PC. I'll pause the video game and have a think about how next to take that challenge, because that's what I always think Dark Souls and Elden Ring is like. Like you can, you can keep rushing in and button mash, but it's better to have a plan, she says.
Yeah. Well, I think in the solo version I'm giving people, there's like I'm kind of stealing. I'm like trying to take on that idea that they have, which is giving people multiple different options to use. So the blessing system that I've got, which we could talk about another time, but it's more like whenever you go sneak past something or you engage an encounter, whatever you go past, you take their hit points and they give you blessings for those things.
Oh, nice.
And you gain a certain number anyway as a day, but then like if you kill something with 5 HP or any sub under 1 to 5, 6 to 10, you gain a blessing, and then you can use that to like re-heal, which can increase your max HP, give you an additional attack, re-roll a dice and all those kind of things, like benefits, like luck charms and stuff, or like increase stats during the day. So you can then, if you gain them through the day, you can then go, I'm going to build myself up in this way to then help me fight. And also you can like spirit summon if you kill a creature, you can like Pokeball them to then Pokeball them out to fight with you as ways to do it as well.
Very fun.
Yeah, so I think that might be, maybe we could try that, and when we get to another one, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, and absolute kudos to your random tables. Like I said, I love a good random table, and I appreciate you indulging me with all the random tables. And the dice obviously tell a story of like let's put all the hard things first. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you really did. Because you rolled 12, of 12 on the first roll. So you got...
Wild.
Yeah, the thing you didn't come across then is you didn't meet you could have met some nods, but you ruined the room, which was like undead, zombies in the laboratory, but because it was ruined, you didn't get them. And you didn't get broken, which are the Exktar, which are these... I think I told you about. There's those alien creatures that have come out of this crevice in the ground, and you could have interacted with them in one of the rooms, and they're pretty bad as well. I'm glad we got to the end. I think not that I would have been like, if we didn't make it, but like, because I thought it's quite cool to see the ending, and then had that. So I'm glad we got to do that on our run. But yeah, I'd be always up for playing more, and like you said with the next book as well. So Hamilton. Yeah. Thank you so much for running me and the listeners through Omen of the Blood God. Where can we find your work? Where can we get Omen of the Blood God? And any updates of your current projects going on? Yeah, so you can find it at Theatre Macabre. You go to itch.io and you go for Theatre Macabre or Omen of the Blood God there. You can buy both Omen of the Blood God, Demon Slayer, and you can also just purchase my one special class, which is called the Tome Eater, which is you eat books and gain their powers, which is kind of yum. I'm also going to be putting on there this tower generator free as a PDF. So if you go to the Omen blog, I will be doing that today because I've been meaning to do it for a while. Or it'll be happening hopefully by the time you get this out, you should be able to go there and you'll be able to see it as one of the pictures, and you can just use it. So feel free to have that. You won't get the specific vampire stuff that's actually there's like a little new table on the Avatar of the Blood God, which actually says for this particular tower you get vampires and vamp witches, whilst in the other one you roll for different types of enemies, which is based on actually you can choose different owners, because you could have a lich and you'd get these ones, or you get an alchemist or a mage or a druid or whatever. So lots of different things. It's got more to it. So yeah, there you go.
Amazing.
And yeah, Wraithborn is 95% complete, maybe even more, like 98% complete now, because I've sent it to Fiona actually to have a look at, and even since then all the classes have gone out for play testing now. All the new magic, I've rewritten the magical system, which is all out there, which I kind of like. I like it. I hope people like it. And all the solo play stuff is coming. I'm going to be putting out hopefully tomorrow. So those rules. So if you did, you can still back. So you can go to Kickstarter. You can search for Wraithborn. If you become a backer, you get access to playtest material by joining the Discord. You automatically become a backer, and then you can just sign up, because then you don't get the emails. But if you sign up for it, then you can get access to the Google Drive and start playing Wraithborn. So yeah.
Woohoo.
That's me. But we've been on a journey.
We have.
And when you're on a journey, there is only one question that is important. And that is not the who, the what, the where, the why, but it is, where are we going?
There we go, yeah. Who, the what, the when, the why. Yes, absolutely. Where? Well, I'm so glad you asked, Hamilton. Where is What Am I Rolling, which is a twice-monthly tabletop RPG one-shot podcast where we do lots of different one-shots of different systems and interviews with game designers. At time of recording, I think it's going to be some old stuff going out that was originally for the one-shot Patreon, which I've now reclaimed back and put it on my own stuff, just because I don't think people listen to it, so I'm going to put it out on my own feed. I've also got a solo Cthulhu one-shot coming out of Alone Against the Static. Call of Cthulhu, they do these like Alone Against series, but Alone Against the Static won, I think, one of the Ennies for like best adventure or something. And let me tell you,
all right,
it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. I very much enjoyed it, so that will be coming out. I'm also halfway through. She's now committing to this a playthrough of Kuriko, which is like a magical year of a witch. If you liked Kiki's Delivery Service, that is that kind of solo play. Also very, very good. Also very time consuming. So we'll find out if that gets done.
If that actually happens, yeah.
I'm about
TBC.
Yeah, TBC, but I hope that comes out, because I think it's a really good book. It's really beautiful. It's one of those solo plays, which is like a pretty big book, and it's got 7 chapters, and you learn to play through the 7 chapters.
Nice.
It's quite interesting,
and
cool.
It's
very journaling. But yes, check that out. I'm also 1/3 of the RP Geeks, which does Nerdy TTRPG show, which what's unique about it is that when we do an actual play of a system we like, we also do some lore drops halfway through. So we've done stuff on like Blades in the Dark. We've got D&D coming up, which are all about Greek gods, so no doubt there'll be lots of Greek god lore, which I actually don't know much about. I was always more of a Norse god mythology person myself. But yeah, so that'll be fun.
Cool.
And yeah, just come check out all the stuff I've got doing on the internet, essentially. Just FKTH, wherever you are on the internet.
People.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that is it. I think that's us done.
Awesome.
But we'll see you, hear you, whatever, next time. But until then, friends, we will
see you on the flip side.
Bye. Bye. It's been a while since we've been able to say that. So,
I know, I was thinking, we've not actually done the ending.